This is my good friend, Chef Brady Wiggins, and we're bringing a new series to you called Make America Cook Again.
So today we're going to do shepherd's pie. It's an old school classic favorite. No one really eats it anymore though. I think my grandparents are probably the last people that ever make it for me. But that doesn't mean it's not good. I actually told my fiance that today I was going to be making shepherd's pie, and tomorrow night she gets to have it for dinner with our son. And you should have seen the smile on her face. Super happy. One, that she's going to have like a nice home-cooked home meal. And two, that she doesn't have to cook. She's got to work all day. She's going to pick him up from camp. She's probably going to run at least one errand on the way home. So we get 7 o'clock before she gets home.
I wanted to bring on Chef Brady to show us how to make this really simple dish in a healthy way that absolutely tastes amazing. And he has a really good recipe in store for you. Check this out.
So while that meat's browning, we'll work on prepping some of our vegetables for it. I'm going to put a sweet potato in there. Normally you have potato as the topping in the shepherd's pie, but we're not going to do that today. You can use other vegetables and get a better bang for your buck. Sweet potato is one of those. So we're going to put that in there, and the topping we're going to use for this actually is going to be cauliflower and some cannellini beans. Keep everything relatively bite-sized. When I'm eating something like this, I like to get a little bit of everything in one bite. I don't want, one bite that's all potato, one bite that's all corn. So if you keep it all relatively the same size, it'll cook more evenly, and when you get that bite, you'll have all the flavors in there. Sweet potato cut up, we've got our carrot, we've got our celery cut up. Next we're going to do a leek. So most people with leeks use this white part here, and they'll just cut it like right across there and throw all this away. You can use this, we're not going to today, but if you cut it at an angle, you can get a lot more usage out of your leek. So most people would have cut that off right there and wasted all of that. We're going to use half of this today. Salt and egg, we'll use that other half later on. And they grow in sand. And they have a lot of dirt in them, so you want to make sure you give it a good rinse. So we got our corn next. Another one of those farmers markets buys. With your vegetables, most people would call this done and throw this away. But there's actually quite a bit of kernel left in the cob, and it makes a bit of a mess to get it out, but it's worth getting out, and the best way to do that is to take the back end of your knife and run it along the kernel, and run along the cob, and get all that out. It's called the corn milk. So what I have here is some cauliflower. This is already cooked. This is going to be what we use instead of the mashed potatoes on top. And we're going to use some of these cannellini beans. I know they're from a can, They're good though. There's no sodium, there's no salt added in these. They're BPA free on the lining. They're organic beans. So it's one of those things you can buy dried beans and you can soak them the night before and you can spend 20 to 30 minutes cooking them. But you don't have time. I don't have time. I make time at the restaurant, at home. I use canned beans. There's nothing wrong with it. So while you're prepping, go ahead and preheat your oven to 350. Once this is done, you're going to put that in there. It should take about 20 to 30 minutes depending on your oven. That'll be preheated, ready to go. Got the pan going, medium high. I'm going to start cooking our veggies. It's got some Irish butter, some Kerrygold, good stuff. I like garlic, kids like garlic, so I'm going to put a good scoop of that in there. Now we're going to put in celery, carrots, sweet potato. Those are going to take the longest to cook. And a good pinch of salt. Alright, so while that's cooking, I'm going to finish making our topping. It's the cauliflower, the canned beans we got. I'm going to use a stick blender, blend it up nice and smooth. Alright, we got our veggies going. I'm going to use a little bit of some chicken broth. Again, low sodium, BPA free can. It's one of the better products. So after you add salt, add a little stock, you're going to let the vegetables cook until they're fork tender. Should only take anywhere between like 3 to 5 minutes depending on how hot you have your stove going. I'm going to add leeks at this point. And we can also add our corn. So our vegetables are cooked, everything's nice and fork tender, just the way we want it. We're going to go ahead and pull those out of the pan and set them aside in this bowl. Add our lamb to our vegetables. After we add the bison to the vegetables, we have that leftover fat that I said we were going to use later. One of the key components to making good shepherd's pie is you got to have that nice thick sauce with all the meat and the vegetables. We're going to make that now. And the way we're going to use that, the way we're going to do that is we're going to use this fat and a little bit of butter, and we're going to make a roux. Now a roux is classically how you thicken a sauce. It's fat and flour mixed together, and then you put in your liquid, your stock, whatever you want. We're not going to use flour today. Flour is another one of those things that's just kind of nutritionally null and void. So what we're going to use instead is we're going to use some cornmeal. This is what they use to make tortillas, empanadas. So you can buy this at the grocery store. It's just ground corn that's been treated with a little lye. Put in about a tablespoon of that. Nice heaping. Whisk that around, let that cook a little. So once you have your cornmeal and your fat nice and incorporated, it's hot, the cornmeal's toasted a little bit, you can go ahead and start adding your liquid too. So this is going to be the sauce for our shepherd's pie. It's done. Came up to a boil. You can see it got nice and thick. So that's going to give us a nice coating over all our meat and vegetables, make it nice and moist and tasty. Alright, so we have our mixture done, all our meat, all our vegetables, our sauce, ready to go in this pan. Alright, one last time to season it before it's too late. So let's go ahead and taste it. Make sure it's got all the flavors we want it to have. So, like I said about getting everything in a bite, I just got everything that I had. I had bison, I had corn, I had sweet potato. I could taste the sweetness from the carrots. I could taste the leeks. I could taste the garlic. I think it needs a little more salt. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. So we'll sprinkle on top. Season it to however you like, whatever tastes good for you. And we'll put our cauliflower and beans on top. For home, this is good enough. It's delicious, it's good for you, family's gonna love it. So 350 for 20-30 minutes. So it's been about 30 minutes in the oven. It's gonna be nice and hot now. The topping should be nice and set, have a little brown on top, just where we want it. So let's see how it looks. Yeah, that's perfect. That's right where we want it. You can see it's nice and steaming, so we know it's hot all the way through. It's nice and set on top. You got a little bit of color. It's gonna be fantastic.
All right, so that was shepherd's pie done Chef Brady's way. I appreciate it. You guys are gonna be seeing a lot more from us. As long as they help, please leave a comment. Give us some tidbits or comments on what you would like to see. But next week we're gonna be back with another traditional Southern comfort dish done in a healthy way with this awesome chef.